Hi everybody, this video is an introduction to a new software feature that we're about to release in Cloud version 1.18. The software feature is called monitoring locations. It's a new way to help you better manage your measurement data at your project and is especially useful when your project is quite dynamic and you have to move the monitors from one site to another site and are forced to keep track of where each monitor was during its monitoring time. It's really going to be quite helpful, and so I'm really looking forward to introducing the features and how to use it. So without further ado, let's jump into the software and see how you can set up and use monitoring locations. So what is a monitoring location? A monitoring location is a single GPS location. It's a map pinpoint, but it's more than that, because it's also an additional container for storing your monitoring location data in Cloud in our software. Previously, data was only stored on an individual instrument, and what we're moving towards is being able to additionally store your data at a monitoring location as well as on an individual instrument. Often during a dynamic project, instruments can be moved from one location to another as the project changes, and it can be quite difficult to keep track of where each instrument was during the dynamic project. When the instruments leave the project, unless you kept good records, the spatial information might be lost as to where each individual instrument was when it was making its measurements. Monitoring locations is a way to deal with that challenge and makes the post-processing of the data much easier. To set up a monitoring location, you just go into the administration section in the software. Here we're going to create a project called Hospital Demolition. We're going to give the project a location. This is exactly the same as you would have done previously setting up your projects. The project will have a location, and we're just going to put it here in the middle of our hospital demolition. And now we have the high level project into which we can place our monitoring locations. So remember, the monitoring location is just a GPS coordinate. It's a map pinpoint. And what we're going to be doing in a minute is setting up the monitoring locations, and then later we're going to be associating instruments to monitoring locations. So we click on our project, we click on new monitoring location, and we give the monitoring location a name, for example Rosebank Retirement Village Boundary, because we happen to have a retirement village at the boundary of our fictitious hospital demolition project. So we locate exactly where the monitoring location is going to be, and we click tick. It's really interesting to note at this stage that you can do this work prior to when any instruments arrive on site. So you might potentially be doing this work with an environmental consultant or with a site engineer who will be identifying where in your site would be useful monitoring locations to set up monitors, and you can do that before the monitors arrive. So far we have one monitoring location called Rosebank Retirement Village Boundary. We have another one called Rear Entrance. There's probably another one at the main entrance, or the west boundary in this case. So we have a daycare centre on the west boundary, so we definitely need a monitor at that boundary. We're going to have another monitoring location at the we have a fourth monitoring location which we're going to put at the main entrance where all the trucks are going to be coming in. And it may be the case that later on during the course of the project you need to set up another monitoring location. That's fine. What we're demonstrating at the moment is the work that you might do before the instruments arrive. So we're going to have one final location, which is probably going to be at the site office. So after we've set all of that up, we now have these 5 monitoring locations. Remember, they're just GPS coordinates, but what they will also be are additional containers into which data is placed during the monitoring, during the project. When the monitors finally do arrive on site, they will appear in the software directly under the project. So they're sitting under hospital demolition. You can see that none of the monitoring locations at the moment have any instruments associated with them. They all say 0 instruments, and our 3 instruments which have turned up on site are sitting under the project. All we need to do now, once you've decided which of those monitoring locations are going to be active, you just click and drag the instrument underneath the monitoring location. So we're going to associate one instrument at the main entrance, and we're going to associate another instrument at the retirement village boundary, and we're going to associate another instrument at the final monitoring location, which is the west boundary. So now we have 5 monitoring locations defined, we have 3 instruments which have arrived at site, and we have placed 3 instruments at monitoring locations. So now the map looks a little bit like this. We have our 5 monitoring locations, and we've chosen to place instruments at 3 of those monitoring locations. The rear entrance and the site office, for now, although they're available, aren't being used. So what's going to be happening is that as the instruments are generating data, they're going to be copied to the monitoring locations. We can have a little bit of a look at the main map navigation to see how that might look. You can see that the hospital demolition project has monitoring locations which are both active and inactive, and they have instruments which are both online and offline. That's the difference between the solid black and the grey icon. So now you can either choose to view data from the monitoring location or from the instrument. The traditional way of looking at data from the instrument, or indeed to service the instrument, is still available. But now we have the option of viewing the data from a location. In this case, we can see that we can select the Rosebank Retirement Village boundary as a location to view the data. Also, if we had more than one instrument at a given monitoring location, or if an instrument has been swapped out for another instrument at a monitoring location, all of the data becomes concatenated at the same location. So if all we're interested in is what we measured at the Rosebank Retirement Village boundary, we only have to click on that monitoring location. So that's a very useful feature just in case instruments move around. Just a reminder, however, that you can always go back to the instrument to look at your data as well. So you can choose now whether or not to look at the data from the instrument or the monitoring location. We can imagine that as the project evolves, we may need to move instruments around. So you can see here in this shot that we've actually moved instruments out of the Rosebank Village boundary and across into the rear entrance and to the site office. That's a fairly easy exercise in the software. We simply click the monitoring location with an instrument attached. We can detach it by clicking on the right hand side, and now the monitoring location no longer has an instrument associated with it. You can of course always go back to download the data from that monitoring location. But now we have 2 unattached instruments, and we're able to drag them into our new monitoring locations. So this might be because the demolition project activity has shifted and there's more activity going on in the rear entrance, or there's more activity going around the site office, and we want to measure in these locations. So now we've simply reassociated instruments with different locations. So we now have an instrument at rear entrance, and we now have an instrument at the site office. We did have instruments at Rosebank Retirement Village boundary, and we did have an instrument at the west boundary. What's valuable about using monitoring locations is that the data that the instrument generated while it was at the Rosebank Retirement Village boundary is stored at that monitoring location. So it's very easy to keep track of your data in that way. You can also set up a exceedance alert at a monitoring location. So now, rather than getting an alert from an instrument, we can get an alert from a location, which is a much more natural way, a much more intuitive way of alerting. So if we want to get an alert when we get an exceedance at the rear entrance, we click on rear entrance, and here we are in the alerts dialog. The dialog is no different than what would be for an instrument, and we can set ourselves up either as an email recipient or a text alert. Of course, the project's going to finish at some time after the demolition project is over. The instruments are removed, perhaps they're at a different project now. If you go back and look at hospital demolition in Cloud, you can see there are no instruments there anymore, but there are monitoring locations. The instruments may be at a new location, stadium demolition, which is the latest project, but we do have these monitoring locations left behind from our hospital demolition. Should we need to go back and look at the data, we can click on West Boundary, for example, and we can click on Manage Data, and sure enough, all of the data that was generated from any instrument that happened to be at that location is still available there. So you no longer have to remember which instrument was at West Boundary and chase down that data even when the instruments move to a different project. So just to remind ourselves, a monitoring location is a GPS location, but what it is fundamentally is a container of data. It's a new way that Cloud stores data, a much more convenient way for Cloud to store data. Data is always kept on the instrument, that doesn't change, but it is now copied to a monitoring location if an instrument is placed at a monitoring location. And this is a really powerful way to manage complex projects and to keep track of historical data. Well, I hope that was easy to follow. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. Please do feel free to email us, technical@aeroqual.com, if you want to learn any more about the monitoring locations feature, or if you'd like permission to set up the feature, just let us know, and we'd love to hear back from you guys about how useful it is. Thanks a lot.